The town where the attackers struck is in the northern half of Egypt's Sinai Peninsula. Security forces have been battling militants there for years. Let's go to the CBC's Nala Ayed now. She is in Lebanon. So Nala, what more can you tell us about this horrific attack?
Well, it is being described as one of the worst such attacks, one of the deadliest in all of Egypt's modern history. What we understand is based mostly on witness accounts. And as you said, they say that the attack started with the detonation of an explosion inside the mosque, where, as you can imagine, during Friday prayers would have been full of people there to worship. That's how it started. But as people started leaving the mosque, apparently attackers, a number of them, wearing military uniforms who had arrived in 4x4s, opened fire, apparently using rocket-propelled grenades and automatic weapons. And further, they had blocked, apparently, the escape routes just outside the mosque to prevent people from leaving the area. I should mention that this area, the Sinai Peninsula, is a closed area. It's been a long time since the media have been allowed to go in there, even Egyptian media. So a lot of the reports we're getting are based on witness accounts. And so what we're hearing, though, is that because of the large number of people inside the building, that explains the big number of casualties, both among the dead and the injured. Security has been stepped up in Egypt as a whole at the Cairo International Airport. And just a short while ago, we heard from the Egyptian president, who said that this attack will not go unpunished.
Now, do we know anything about who might be responsible, Nala?
Well, so far there has been no claim of responsibility, but as you probably know, there are a number of groups, militant groups, that operate within that area. One of the most known, and one that experts are suspecting may be behind this, but again, it's not confirmed, is a group called the Sinai Province Group. It has been responsible for a large number of attacks in the area. It did pledge allegiance to ISIS back in 2014. It claimed responsibility for the downing of that Russian airliner in 2015.
The number of people killed in that horrifying massacre at a mosque that happened yesterday, well, the number of people who've died has climbed to 305.
And Egyptian authorities are saying that more than 24 attackers carrying ISIS flags surrounded the mosque before setting off explosives and gunning down people as they tried to flee. CNN senior international correspondent Ben Wiedemann is joining us now live from Cairo. And Ben, what else are Egyptian officials telling us both about the attack and their response?
Well, first of all, of the 305 people killed, 28 of them were children killed in that mosque during Friday prayers. What we understand from the public prosecutor who put out a statement that was read on Egyptian television is that somewhere between 25 and 30 men drove up to this mosque in 5 SUVs while prayers were going on. Some of them were wearing combat fatigues. Some of them were masked, and they set off some sort of explosion outside and then went into the mosque and just started shooting and shooting and shooting. And it's not clear how long it went on, but the toll is obvious in this case. Now, according to the Egyptian authorities, one of them was also carrying an ISIS flag. Now, ISIS itself has not claimed responsibility so far, and some of the other militant groups that function in Egypt, also in the Sinai, are denying any connection, including one group that is affiliated to Al-Qaeda. So we're waiting for some sort of claim of responsibility, but it'll be interesting to see that they actually do, if they do step up and admit it, given that this is the worst terrorist incident in Egyptian history.